How's it going, everyone? It is Only here. Welcome back to the video as always. So, Gamescom has been going down the past couple of days, and I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really expect Gamescom to be really that notable. I figured we'd get a few announcements here and there, but man, it's kind of putting early 2019 in kind of like a view that I never really viewed it as until now, which is kind of like, I don't think we've seen this strong of a lineup since 2013 or maybe even earlier. Like, I think this, early first quarter of 2019 might be really something special. So yeah, I figured I'd use this chance to talk about, some of the Gamescom announcements that came out in the past couple days, and I think there might be even more coming out as the days go on. I also want to go kind of like into early 2019 in general and just show you what's coming out. So yeah, well, let's start off with Sekiro. I think this is like the easy title for me because this is like From Software's next game. It's something I've been really looking forward to since we saw the tease at Game Awards. Yeah, I've obviously been like a big fan of, the From Software games ever since I played Bloodborne, and I'm playing for the old, Dark Souls games as we speak right now. So yeah, Sekiro is definitely on my radar because, it's kind of doing something different than what they've done in the past decade. They're not really doing a Souls-like game anymore, but they're kind of like taking that inspiration from Dark Souls and kind of building it into like an action game with different cool mechanics. Sekiro footage, by the way, came out today. The game looks really cool. You can look it up on like IGN or some other websites. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I like the action elements. I can definitely see a lot of similarities to Dark Souls still, in terms of, the way the world looks and also just, the way that they do certain mechanics in the game. But at the same time, it has a little bit more of that, agile, vertical kind of action hack and slash in a way that, I wouldn't say hack and slash, but in a way that, we haven't really seen From Software tackle before. So I'm really looking forward to that. By the way, that game's coming out March 22nd, so we only have like, I guess a little over half a year left until that game comes out, which is kind of surprising. I didn't think it was going to come out that soon, but yeah, here we are. On top of that, Devil May Cry 5, another game that we saw at E3 that, a lot of people is easily in their top 10, top 5 most anticipated games, at least coming into 2019. And Devil May Cry 5 is actually coming out as soon as March 8th, which is kind of crazy. I guess before we go into the Gamescom announcements in general with like everything else, let's bring down, what's coming out in early 2019. I think we start off with January with Ace Combat 7, Resident Evil 2 Remake, and Kingdom Hearts 3, which is kind of crazy. January is usually really cool for Capcom the past few years, and they're continuing that tradition with Resident Evil 2 Remake, but also we got Ace Combat 7, and we got the big Kingdom Hearts 3 that we've all been waiting for years since the 2013 E3 reveal. So yeah, man, like, it's finally coming out as well as like, Resident Evil 2 Remake. It's kind of crazy, honestly. February, I think, is kind of like a meme right now because of February 22nd being like a date for all the publishers. And surprisingly, none of those games have gotten delayed yet, which is, to me, surprising. I think we got Metro on that day. We also have Days Gone, Anthem, I believe, those, big games, as well as, if you think about it, February is only like to 28, I believe. February 28th is the last day of February, so yeah, just 2 weeks after that, then we get Devil May Cry 5, and then like 2 weeks after that, we get Sekiro, which is kind of crazy. It's kind of rapid fire in the beginning of the year, which is kind of crazy. And we still don't have dates for certain games that have already been said early 2019 or just 2019 in general. So yeah, it's looking pretty strong. I've always said that Last of Us to me seems like it might come out in like May or June. So if that definitely does come out, that's like a strong first half already. And yeah, man, like, there's a lot of good games to look forward to. In terms of, more Gamescom announcements, we got, Supermassive Games was there, and they presented their new game called, I believe it was like The Dark, it's called The Dark Pictures or something like that. It seems pretty interesting. They're still going with that horror aspect that they did with Until Dawn. It seems like their past couple games, including their VR games as well, have been kind of like in that horror kind of genre, which is kind of interesting. So yeah, it's coming out in 2019. I believe that might be multi-platform actually. So yeah, I think that game's actually coming to Xbox as well, which is kind of interesting. So yeah, Supermassive Games are there. I believe they also announced originally Until Dawn at like Gamescom, so that's kind of like a cool throwback. Yeah, Life is Strange 2, a lot of cool, game announcements, a lot of like follow-ups to teases we got at E3, which are pretty neat as well. But man, 2019, I guess at least early 2019 is really, really looking strong. Just a lot of cool games that I'm looking forward to personally here. Usually you get like 1 or 2 cool game announcements, but I can already see like 5 games that I might be picking up in early 2019 alone. And of course, that's not even it. It's only August. There's still announcements that are bound to happen maybe, in the next couple months here leading into, the next year that we possibly might get dates for things coming out in April or coming out in, March. So yeah, it's definitely looking very promising, at least so far, and it seems really exciting. So yeah, I believe there's still more game announcements to come in the next couple days. Devil May Cry 5 gameplay and Sekiro gameplay are more than enough for me already at Gamescom. So yeah, man, these dates and just these cool new game announcements were just kind of like icing on the cake. So yeah, a lot of cool stuff coming out of Gamescom. Yeah, I figured I'll just make this short video to go over everything. Right now I'm kind of like in a field where I just started my last year at school, so yeah, I'm trying to like adjust getting back into things, as well as, continuing obviously with YouTube in the next couple days here and just getting everything sorted out. So yeah, you'll see more videos coming into the weekend or just as the week goes on. But yeah, man, a lot of cool stuff. And yeah, gaming at its core is definitely not going to be light for news this week in particular. So I guess that's it for me, everyone. Make sure to let me know what games you're looking forward to in the comments down below. Just definitely a lot of cool games just popped up all of a sudden that I'm looking forward to, or at least more looking forward to, and actually have a date to be able to put to it. So yeah, man, as we go into the Game Awards, as we get maybe more directs in the future from Nintendo, as just in general we get more gaming news, this will just get piled on and piled on. So yep, very, very promising 2019 as of right now, and hopefully it will just continue to grow in the next couple months ahead. So yeah, I've been Online. Appreciate you guys as always for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Take care, everyone.